It's playing the music.
Oh, you're live.
I'm live?
Yeah.
Hello. Happy Friday, everybody. It is one of the most beautiful days in Las Vegas. We're so fortunate here. Sorry if you're not in Vegas right now. It's pretty nice. So happy March Madness, everybody. I don't know if you guys have been watching basketball. We sure have. Man, I've been betting wrong today. All of it, like, I'd be like a good counter indicator today. What's cold? Yeah. No, actually, the games are really close, so it's hard to. Like I chose. What was the one? Tennessee. In Tennessee and Vanderbilt, it was like so close. And one of them I chose. They went into overtime. It was Illinois and Wisconsin, I think. Anyways. So, a fabulous day. I've had the best day today. So I'm going to do a little bit of nunchucks, and then we're going to go through a little chat, I guess. Happy Friday, everybody. It's, like I said, just the most fabulous day in Las Vegas. I'm so happy to be out here in the sun. Oh, you guys, this shirt was a gift from one of my AA friends, which is just crazy. This girl keeps giving me shirts, and she's like so sweet. But it's like, I'm kind of like overwhelmed with the generosity of like, why she's doing that. She lives in New York, and she lives in Manhattan and in Vegas, and that's like, like so awesome to me because I love that. So like she goes every other week to and so she's like at my meeting for a week, and then she's gone for a week, but she's always like, I'll bring you back something from New York. And last time she brought me back the New York Mets, kind of like, it's not a jersey, it's like a polo shirt. She calls it a jersey. I guess it's kind of a jersey because it's kind of like because I don't think they wear those. No, because it's like a 3 buttons up, like a polo shirt. And then she got me this ABBA shirt, which it has my sister's birthday, October 20th. She wasn't born in 1979, but close. That was the year my parents got married. But I was like, oh, it's so cool. Like, it's just such a wink. Like, it's, I call it like a God wink. They call it God shots in AA, but I feel like that makes it seem too alcohol related to call it God shot. We call it God wink. Me and Rich have always called it God winks. We call it winks. But everything's going great. I met with my sponsor this morning. It was so great at 7 a.m. And then I went to the 8 a.m. meeting. Richard went to the 7 a.m. meeting. We went to different meetings this morning. He doesn't like to go to the meeting if I'm meeting with my sponsor, because it's like 2 hours, because like it's 1 hour I meet with her and then the meeting, so he has to wait an hour. So he just goes, so I meet with her from 7 to 8, and then the meeting from 8 to 9. He just goes to the 7 to 8 meeting and then just goes home. But I took the car today, so he had to get a ride home from someone at the group, and he was all excited because this one guy gave him a ride that I did not expect. There was this one guy that we really like, but he's just really aloof, like to everybody, not like to us, like to everybody. He kind of has no personality, it seems like, but you know that he has one, but just, he's very standoffish to people. But him and this other guy, me and Rich really like them, and they're kind of like the cool dudes. I mean, everyone's kind of cool in that meeting, but they're younger in the sense of no one is that young in our meeting. Like the youngest is in their 30s, in the meeting we go to, but most of them are much older. So being in your 30s is like you're really young in the meeting, But he gave Rich a ride in his really nice sports car, because these guys have like nice cars. The meeting we go to has like, they're all lawyers and accountants and doctors. We didn't know that when we went there. It's just, here it's a nice area here. And now we're finding out, because a lot of people don't talk about their work, but like one guy we found out, a doctor, because he talked about that he delivered the other guy's children. We're like, oh, okay, you're a doctor. And then one day he came in his scrubs, it said physician. He had his physician tag. I was like, all right.
Hey, Triggerman donated $5.
Hey, thanks, Triggerman. We should do the dance. We haven't done that thing in forever. What about it, Rich?
You don't have to do the dance. We said it. We can start a new.
All right, yeah, we don't have to do the dance.
New era.
Yeah, that got a little old. But anyways, I'm gonna do some nunchucks, and then I'm gonna. Oh gosh, sir.
But that was Triggerman.
Thank you, Triggerman. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the donation. It's much appreciated. I really enjoy. I think you're the one that makes all those little AI meme things of us. Oh, those are fun. Those are so fun.
Joy
They're
loves
so
that.
realistic
Joy
sometimes.
loves those things.
I think they're fabulous. Some of them are so realistic. I'm like, gee.
Hey,
Some of
Smuggy.
them not as much, you know. Not the ones you're saying. I'm saying Richard does this once in a while, where like it'll start out from a photo and it like goes into something, and like some of it sometimes you're like that kind of looks like you, and then sometimes it just goes on a weird tangent. You're like that doesn't look like me, but those are cute. But he did one today. I thought Richard was showing me some ICE agents or something. I was like, what are you showing me? And it was us as like military, which is not that foreign for me since I'm Air Force, but it's a little foreign for Richard to be military. So today I actually posted a bunch of photos. I was looking for my military photos, and then I started finding this album. So I don't know if it does it anymore, but there used to be this thing where like somehow Twitter was like saving to an album on the phone. I don't know. Am I right about this, Rich? Okay, let me say something. Like, no, come back. I need you, because this is gonna sound stupid. But there was like this thing where like all of my photos were in an album that says Twitter. That was like the things that I posted like a long time ago. But I didn't make that. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I didn't make it. So it was like taking it from the stuff I'd posted. So I discovered this album today on my phone, and I was like, oh no way, because this was like my old Twitter that went down, and now, oh gosh, I have so much fun with my own photos. It's ridiculous. I'm like, I just entertained myself for like 3 hours looking at my old photos. So I don't know if I'm obsessed with myself. It's just it brings me back to those moments. You know, it's not about looking at myself. It's about, oh my God, I remember that time. And then I start thinking about this event and stuff. So all my photos bring me back, and that's why they're significant to me. That's why they're not as significant to someone else, you know. Like, going back and you weren't there with me, you know. Richard was, most of them. But anyways, I stumbled upon all these New York ones. Oh, I was like, ugh, I have so many. I was posting so many, but then I was like, this is getting ridiculous. And I have so many more I want to post. Like, we took some good photos in New York when we first got there. We were like all about taking photos, and we were so healthy, and we looked pretty good when we first got there. By the time we left, whole another story. It was like we had done just a complete change in New York City. Like from going there so healthy, being so positive, looking so good, to just like coming back like just feeling like crap, like eating unhealthy, just not being healthy by any means. And but it was an experience, and we had a good time. So I wouldn't change any of my New York experiences. I mean, there's some things that I regret I did, but I still don't think I would change the experience, if that makes sense. Because it's like, it all had to happen to get me to where I'm at right now. And I'm in a really good space right now. Like, I really am. Probably the best space I've ever been in my life. Of just feeling like really, really good about life and about like the future and stuff. And not worrying about the future, but just that there could be a future. Like, I was very, pretty gloom and doom for a while, pretty depressed. Like, my sponsor was saying, like her kind of bottom, your bottom is, you're finally ready to stop drinking, when enough is enough, was because she just basically wanted to die every day, you know what I mean? And it was like, that's not a way to live. And yeah, I was realizing that was pretty much what was happening with me too. I got the Clash on, should I stay or should I go now? I heard the song, okay. Go, it will be trouble. If I stay, it will be double. Okay, I'm gonna do my nunchucks. Oh, excuse me, bush. That bush hurts, so I'm glad I saw it before I started doing my nunchucks. I need to move you guys because I don't have room right here with that bush. It's a pokey. Put you guys back. Move by Richard can come fix it if it's not right. Let's see. Are we good? I'm gonna point you guys more that way, actually, so I have a little more room. Do my nunchucks, because these bushes are no good. Not good. Not good. All right. Beautiful day. It's fun doing this in the sun. so good to get out here and do nunchucks. I haven't actually done these in quite a few days, and I haven't really been doing them regularly, so it's good to get out here. I used to do it daily, you know, for a while, like many years ago. We used to do it daily, and then we haven't really done it daily since we've lived here. You know, I never learned to do anything more with nunchucks. I just liked doing what I do because I felt it's like I can feel the force going through me. I feel that it improves my coordination and balance and things like that. So I didn't really need to, you know, train to be Bruce Lee because no one can be. So I let him be Bruce Lee. Let Bruce Lee be Bruce Lee, and I'll just do what I do. You know, I don't need to try to outdo the master. That's the thing. I mean, you're never going to be as good as him. So it's like, nah. I don't need to try to be like, oh, I'm going to be the best nunchucker. Nah. I just do it for fun. I just I like doing the figure eights. I don't know how Bruce Lee ever did the things he did. That guy. You know, we went and saw Chris Angel last night. Speaking of weird things of how he is unexplainable, I don't get his levitating thing. I don't understand that thing. I'm like, Richard, is he really levitating? I mean, I just can't understand this because, like, how do you walk sideways down a ladder? Like, I just don't understand it. Or how's he because it's just like, even if there were wires, the guys have to have the most insane core strength, which he does, to hold himself the way he does, like in a plank. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Because then I go like, is it possible for people to levitate when I say shows like that? Like, I'm like, is this a trick? Or is he really, like, have powers? Like, and it's like, I don't know. I don't like this. It's, like, mind-boggling to me. I'm a mind freak. So, it was not the best show. Not even close to the best show. But it was free. Since I'm a vet. Yeah, we got this thing, Vetix. You get in, you know, not your pick of shows. You get some shows to choose from. And that one was really the only one for last night that was really available. And we're like, mind freak. I don't know, that's going to be a little weird for the ladies. And it was. But they had a great time. So we took Gloria into that. Okay, let me finish my nunchucks and then we get into that. Oh, dear. That was fun. We had a great time, though. Hey, I figured some of y'all be happy. No headband today. What now? What now, right? Oh. I might stop wearing those as much. Because my hair has to get healthy again. That's the reason I was wearing them. My hair was flat and dead and dry when I wasn't being healthy. Especially when I was drinking. Alright. My hair's not great today, but I just scrunch it and do something different. I was having a bad hair day. And so I was like, yeah, I gotta do something different. These headbands are driving me nuts. Okay, I'll do a couple more swings around. And then I think I'll get my chair and sit right here. I don't like it because I feel like I'm a little invasive of like the neighbors drive by can see me or when the ones walk by, but over there's shaded. So I think it's better if I stay here in the sun. It's better view for you guys and it's nicer for me to get to sit in the sun. So I'm out inside, I might as well sit in the sun. You know, there's a time pretty soon in Vegas where being in the sun is just really difficult, as you guys know. I get like an umbrella. So there's a guy at our meetings. Ow. There's a guy at our meetings that's obsessed with like American flag stuff. He hasn't even seen all the American flag stuff I have. He's always wearing all this American flag. So we went to his birthday party at his house. He has a really nice house. And he had like really cool music equipment because he's in a band, among a million other things he does. But very cool. He had this whole room like designated with all these guitars. And he had all kinds of instruments. He had a drum and he had one of those huge, I don't even know what it's called. Not like a cello, but this other. Oh, it was a huge bass is what it was actually. It was a massive bass though. All kinds of cool stuff. but tons of guitars. But he loves American flag stuff, so he was showing me yesterday, I think it was, he got this cover for his TV, he's got American flag, and I'm like, he doesn't even know all the American flag stuff I have. He just saw, because Richard was wearing a shirt that had American flag. I'm like, I have like so much. Richard actually just got me these shorts. I almost wore them, but they're more for the house. I realize when I'm doing a blog, I should actually wear clothes, not pajamas as much. But now that I've been going to the meetings, I've been not wearing my pajamas as much. But they're these American flag little shorts. And I was going to wear them, but I decided to wear my jean shorts instead. But he's like, I'm going to get my chair. So hold on a second, guys. And my water, because I am parched. Hold on. Hold on. Just wait for it. Give me a reason. Turn right back, go around. I'm gonna still stay in the sun. It's a wonderful day. I trip out here with the rock. I'm just getting my American flag towel. One reason to stand, and I'll turn my back around. All right, Tracy Chapman. I was thirsty. I'm a camel. All right, what do we got going on? Okay, yes. This morning was a fabulous. Well, this morning was a fabulous day. That makes a lot of sense. Today is a fabulous day. This morning was a great morning. I met with my sponsor, 7 a.m. and I dropped Richard off. So we left the house pretty early because I dropped Richard off first at his meeting, and then I had to go meet my sponsor. And it's about a half hour from where we live. So I was up a bit, I think about like 3 a.m. But I did my morning prayer and readings and things and cleaned the house in the morning as I do. And I had a great time with my sponsor. I really, really like her. But it got really awkward when we went in the meeting. So normally I sit with Richard, and she's invited me and Richard to sit next to her and her husband before, but we always feel a little awkward. I don't know. We feel like it feels like we're sitting with like the teacher and the principal or something like that. Because they have like a lot of years. My sponsor has 27 years and her husband has 36 years of sobriety. And they're like, you know, pretty important in the meeting. Like she chairs the meeting and stuff, and they're involved in everything. So you feel like you're like sitting at the, you know. But I was going to sit with her because Richard wasn't there. She said, "Oh, come sit with me, Joy." And then she ended up having to do the meeting because the guy that was doing the meeting had to go to work. And he asked her if she could do the meeting for him. So she's like, "Oh, you can just stay with my husband." And I'm like, this is so awkward. It's so weird because it shouldn't be that awkward, but it felt so strange, like sitting there with my sponsor's husband. In the meeting, I felt like I was like, literally, like Richard said, like you're sitting there with the principal or something. I don't know why it feels that way, but I don't know. I guess I look up to them. I guess I don't know. I care what they think. I don't know. It's just. And, like, there's a thing of, like, you shouldn't care what people think, but I actually think it's good that I care what they think because, like, it keeps me sober, and I think, I don't know, it was so awkward, so I was sitting there, and I was like, oh, this is going to be, and even my sponsor said, if you don't want to sit by my husband, you don't have to, but I was like, well, I can't, like, move now, I think that'd be rude, right? But it was really awkward because I don't really know him, and, so he ended up having to go to work too, and I was like, oh, thank God, because it was so awkward. It was like, this is gonna be an awkward hour. But then my sponsor came, so it's my grand sponsor, and she was sitting next to me. So I was like, again, I'm like, oh, I felt like I was in a proper school today or something. But it was really great because I love them. But it's just I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know why. It's like Richard's always feels like you're, you know, having to meet with just very important people, you know. But I think my sponsor's sponsor is her aunt, I think she said today, which is interesting because she has like 49 years of sobriety. So it's a lot of sobriety. in the crew I'm hanging with. But none of these people are the same as the girl that gave me this t-shirt. And then there's another girl that I just went and celebrated her 30 days with her on Monday, and she wanted me to come to the noon meeting today, but I couldn't go because I ended up having to go to work after meeting my sponsor and going to that meeting. I was going to go to the noon meeting, and then, so I've just been really busy. And then we went to that show last night, so we went to see Chris Angel at the Planet Hollywood. It's called Mind Freak. He used to be at the Luxor, I think it was called Believe, and now he's at Planet Hollywood. It's called Mind Freak, and I guess he has a new show, he said, with Alice Cooper that he's doing soon. But good show, but I would have been bummed if I paid for it. Like, to be honest. But there's just a lot of these shows have gotten a little dated in Vegas, so I mean, Richard kind of says, I'm glad he's doing a new show, but I think that one's just he's still doing this one and doing that one too, so I don't think they're updating this one, but I don't know, it just feels a little stale. But, my neighbor's dog. But, hey, cutie, he's so cute. But, for free, it was really good. But the thing is, we brought the ladies, and, they had a great time because they enjoy going out, but Gloria even said, I didn't understand the jokes because he did a lot of talking, and Gloria, a lot of that stuff goes over her head. And then the other thing is, it was pretty sexual, more than I expected. Like, he was like making out with all of the dancers, and they were kind of like up on him and stuff. And I felt a little awkward with Gloria and Annette there. We didn't know it wasn't really our choice. It wasn't like that was what we would have chose. And so we kind of said it was a little bit of a start of Gloria's birthday, but that's not her birthday thing, because that was just like a little extra thing that I just found out of this Vet Ticks thing. And so because that's what we had gone to another show with a guy, he's a veteran, and he brought us. So I think I know you can get 4 tickets. I don't know how many you can get, but I know you can get at least 4. And so he has just a son, so he always brings 2 other people. So he had brought me and Rich to go see Donnie Osmond, and we had a great time. And that would have been a better show for the ladies, but that wasn't available for us this time. So it just depends. So Richard's been checking for future events. But we really wanted to take Gloria to see J-Lo, but I guess those tickets are insane. Like something like, like I think Richard was showing me something, I don't remember the numbers, but something astronomical, in the thousands and, thousands for these tickets. Like, because she only comes once in a while. I was like, what? So that's not an option. We're going to have that. But, so we thought, you know what, we'll just start off her birthday with this free show to get them out of the house, which it was a great thing. But we're looking to see if there's something that would be more fun for Sunday, but it might not be another show because they might be showed out for a minute. But we are definitely going out somewhere on Sunday, whether it would just be dinner or whatever Gloria wants to do. But they're going tonight dancing, so it's kind of like we're trying to make it kind of like an all weekend thing for Gloria's birthday. So last night was not really a birthday thing, but we did give her a dress that she ended up not wearing. I think she's gonna wear tonight, but we thought if she wanted to wear it last night as one. But she has a bunch of presents to open on Sunday as her actual birthday. So Sunday's her birthday, so we're trying to do this kind of everyday celebrating. So we gave her a gift yesterday, and then we said we're going to the show, but it's a free show, so it's not by any means your birthday gift. But we thought kind of get everyone out of the house. It's Gloria's birthday weekend, and then tonight Gloria and Annette are going dancing, and then tomorrow I don't know for sure what we're gonna do, but we're gonna kind of still kind of get in the celebration mode for Gloria, and then Sunday we're definitely gonna go somewhere. We were thinking probably dinner. But if there's a show, Richard's been checking if there's a show that seems like the problem is a lot of the shows aren't really good for Gloria because even though she's lived in the United States for so many years since she was very young, still she has a little bit of this language barrier because she chooses to a lot of times still watch things in Spanish and things, and even though we talk to her in English, she still spends a lot of her day in Spanish, because she chooses to watch novellas and things. So, and she thinks in Spanish. So when it's a comedian or something, there's a lot of these comedy shows, that's over her head. Because it's already English that she's trying to figure out what he's saying, and now to catch the joke or the timing she doesn't get in. She told me last night, I didn't understand any of those jokes. Everyone was laughing, but I didn't know what everyone was laughing about. And so we try not to take her to things like that because she doesn't really. So we try to take her to more like music things, but those are not always available, And she doesn't like all music. We're just like, what about this punk rock? And I'm like, I don't hear punk rock. And well, there's no Latin thing. And I'm like, all right, well, I'll go another day then. And so it's just because we used to take her to a lot of Latin things, but those you have to plan way in advance. And this year, we just didn't have the luxury of doing that. Things are just starting to get back on track. And especially, I'm sober, so that's good. Oh yeah, let me get into that. Let me get some water though, because I am really thirsty. It's day 50, which is pretty exciting because I don't think I went 50 days all last year. Remember, you guys, I was trying to make it 50 days, and I think I only made it 45 that one time. But that was still in the hopes that I was going to drink. It was like a countdown to the next time I drink, Now, I don't want to ever drink again. No, I had an amazing conversation with my sponsor today about, how I'm powerless over alcohol and how my life is unmanageable. And I'm like, I have so many examples, because she's having me write down examples and write down, these things. I have to do these writing assignments. I'm like, endless. Which one do you want to hear? But the more I just kind of analyze it, it's just not an option for me anymore. And my sponsor is really on this thing of, she's like, you're in the we don't drink no matter what club. I had to think of what she called it. We don't drink no matter what club. You're part of that club now, Joy. You're in the we don't drink no matter what. And the more I'm spend time with my sponsor, it's just I really just don't want to live in the life I lived before when I was drinking. I just really want to be in the spiritual existence that I'm in now. I really am loving it. And it seemed so phony when I stepped away, even though it wasn't phony. Okay, because I was in AA when I was 22 till about 26, and 22 to 26, and I loved it. I never thought I was going to drink again, but to be honest, not to blame my sister, but my sister at the time, because I was young, so my family didn't know yet if I was an alcoholic, I guess. So she really was the one that really, really pushed me to drink. She kept saying, you are not an alcoholic, you just happen to get a DUI, like someone happens to get a DUI when they're not an alcoholic, right? It's so funny when people think they're not an alcoholic when they get a DUI. I'm like, it doesn't just happen once. And if it did, well, you still drank and drove, so you have an issue. What I mean? So if you got a DUI, you're an alcoholic. Just accept that. So she goes, oh, you're not an alcoholic. And she was begging me to drink for about a year before I caved in. And I was having to go out with her. She was making me drive her everywhere, because she just moved to Portland and from California, and I was living up there. And I lived there first. So when she came, she kind of, upheaved my world. But I can't blame my sister, because I was an alcoholic. So, with enough nudging, I was like, oh, you think I should drink? All right. But later, when I drank, they were like, oh, sorry, we were wrong. Rescind that. You're an alcoholic. A couple of years, about a year after, less than a year after, probably 6 months after, she's like, sorry, I was wrong. Take that back. You are a full-blown alcoholic. Yes, I sure am. So for many years, I almost wore it as a badge of honor. And I'm like, I'm just an alcoholic. I shouldn't drink, but I do. And I didn't always drink, because there were times I was like, yeah, I'm an alcoholic, I shouldn't drink. Which is right. But then there were times that I'm like, I'm just an alcoholic, so I'm just going to drink, and I'm just going to... There was this thing that we used to do when me and Richard for a short time. So a lot of times when we drank, it was for very short times, but it was very impactful in those short times. It was gung-ho during that very short window. And so there was this time, it was actually our birthday month. It was our birthday month, March 2016. We had not drank in 2.5 years. And we decided March 2016 that we were going to break our sobriety. We weren't in an AA or anything, but we were working out every day. We were just being super healthy. We were we were still drinking a lot of caffeine back then, but we were, I think, doing an Atkins diet, so we were doing the low sugar. This is kind of before keto. Keto didn't really exist yet, but we were pretty healthy, you know. And one day Richard just was just like, I'm just getting tired of like going to the gym for 2.5 hours every day. Like, do you want to try drinking again? You know, kind of thing. And I was like, and I was scared. I was really scared. Like, I was scared. Like, I remember like shaking almost. And we totally planned it. We got it like all planned. Like, okay, we got to make sure we don't have to leave. Let's make sure there's enough food in the house. Let's make sure there's enough alcohol. Let's make sure we have enough like chasers. I mean, we had it like all planned out. Let's give myself a couple days off work. I mean, we like planned out this whole thing. And yeah, we went on like, it was like a 5-day thing that I like was just like out of it. And the worst I remember was like a 10-day thing that I remember I didn't leave the house. Like, I just drank. And I think my worst thing ever was like a 10-day thing of just like, I basically like made sure I had enough alcohol, food to just stay home and just drink and drink and drink and drink. And it's kind of crazy because I was very content with that. I was like, but then I got very ill. So that time, within that month, so what we figured out too is there was a casino that we could walk to, which this became really bad. So this is before, now you can get delivered alcohol. This would have been really bad. This is before that. So we were really adamant about not drinking and driving because I'd already had a DUI when I was 22. So I said, I do not want to, and this one, we had a Jaguar, and I was like, I'm not going to drive my Jaguar. So I was very adamant about that. But so we would be like, okay, what can we walk to, or let's plan ahead. And during this month, for the, you know, for these X amount of days that we would, you know, kind of drink, and then we would not. So during that whole month, we didn't drink solid. It would be like we would drink for X amount of days, and then we would stop, and then we would drink for, you know. But we ended up finding that this casino had this Bacardi, but it was like the cheapest, crappiest Bacardi. Oh, we got so sick. I was when I got really sick, and that's when I was like seizuring and convulsing from the alcohol. But then when I would drink the alcohol, it would make me vomit. But then when I without the alcohol, I was having the withdrawals where I was vomiting. I don't know if you know. It's like that movie, Leaving Las Vegas, where you see him drinking the vodka and the orange juice, and then he's vomiting, but then he drinks more, and then he's still vomiting, but you're trying to get in enough before you vomit. That happened to me. This was that March 2016, which March is me and Richard's birthday month, and Gloria's. All of us are in March, and that's the only one in January. But we get them all done. By March, we're done with birthdays. We have them all three in, Gloria is March 15th, I'm March 24th, and Richard's March 26th, which has always been a problem when on the times that we did drink, because I drink for 2 days, you know, at least on my birthday, and then I was always out of it by Richard's birthday. I'm like, yeah, you're not going to be available on that third day, so like if I drink 2 days solid, like heavy, I'm saying like drink heavy drinking, like that's what I do if it's like my birthday, you know. So yeah, I ended up, that was the craziest thing. And I did stop drinking for a very long time after that incident where I was like seizuring. Thank goodness. I'm changing my music here. But then I drank again, and I was talking to my sponsor about that today. It's just frustrating, you know, when you're like, why do you drink again? But now I'm in the, no matter what. So today someone said in the meeting, they said a good day is when things go great and you don't drink. A great day is when things go really bad and you don't drink. So yeah, like that. So I just feel like my drinking days are over. I really do. Like, I'm so committed to AA. You guys know, like, I have 2 AA bracelets on. I have like every AA book already. I have like my closet is all AA now. So I have the 12 traditions hung up. I got the 12 steps hung up. I got the 3rd step prayer. I got the serenity prayer. I got the Dr. Bob's definition of humility. That Richard's meeting, they gave it framed to him, and I hung that up in my closet. So I have my little prayer closet in there. it would be really hard for me to drink. I mean, when I got it on both my wrists, I'd be like, oh man. Darn. I got AA coins in my wallet, and I got the 3rd step prayer and the 7th step prayer little card in my wallet. So if I go to take out my wallet to buy alcohol, I'm met with a chip and a 3rd step prayer and 7th step prayer. I'm like, it's just kind of like my life has just changed. So it would be really total switch around. But this is why I'm not going to New York, because I am still worried about New York. And I'm sad that I can't go to New York, but I can't go to New York. Like, I can't. Like, I think if I go, can I go to New York? And I go, no. I don't trust myself in New York. I don't know. I mean, I would like to think I would be fine, but I don't know. It's not worth it to me. So luckily Vegas has picked up, so I don't have to go to New York. But it don't seem, I really fear what I would do in New York. And I know you're not supposed to have fear, but I think there's that good amount of fear to not go, walk a tight line across the, 2 twin towers. Do you know that guy did that? That guy walked the tight, what do they call that? Tight line, tight rope, what do they call that? Tight rope, what do they call that thing? You guys know that he did that before they went down? Kind of cool that he did it before that they went, well, couldn't have done it afterwards, but I'm just saying, he got to do that, the only person ever. He fully, he had to sneak up there to do it. That was not allowed. He didn't get, permission to do that. We watched a documentary on it, but they were pretty mad when they figured out that he was doing that. He had to sleep up there all night because he had to sneak in the day before or something, sleep up there in the roof in order to, in the morning, go do it or whatever. I don't know if you guys know that story. There's a guy that walked what do they call that, a tightrope? Tight line, whatever you call it? Whatever the thing is. When you walk across the 2 twin towers when they were still standing, before 9/11. A horrible thing. 9/11, I don't take lightly to 9/11. 9/11 is why I went in the military. It was insanely impactful to me because my mom is from New York and I grew up in California. So I never went to New York as a child because it was too expensive. And get this, I never got to live down as a child. My mom was really poor, really poor. It's kind of ridiculous how poor she was. But she really liked the church. And she really liked giving money to the church. And she thought that would help her. I don't know. And maybe it did. Obviously not with the way she chose to die. But I don't know. It's just I was always like, giving all your money to the church doesn't... Whatever, Mom. So, her little bit of money she would always give over to the church. Anyways, but here and there. So... where was I going with that? Totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So my mom never had money, and she always was doing tons of jobs. And always one of them was a janitor. And usually, I went to a private school, but we couldn't afford the tuition, so we were the janitors. I did that my whole kindergarten through 8th grade to clean the school. Every morning clean the toilets and part of the school, and then every Sunday we got to do massive detail at school. That was our Sunday after church all day. And of course, can't miss church. And then after church you go to the pastor's house. Then in the evening you go clean the school. But bad choices. So she saved up money when I was 4. When I was 4, my sister was 6. She saved up money to go to New York for the first time. She hadn't been since she was 18. And I haven't had a lot of sleep since I've been in AA. It's like they say you have a lot more energy, but then this is starting to be my bedtime. Getting later in the day. You guys know me in the evening, so she saved up like $3,000 or something to take this trip to New York. And me and my sister my parents never had dental or anything like that, or medical coverage. So me and my sister were running around the house like little kids do, and we ran into each other, and I guess my head knocked out my sister's teeth. So they had to use the money for my sister's dental, and like I never got to live it down. Your big hard head ruined our trip to New York. I heard that my whole childhood. You've been a hard head and knock your sister's teeth out. But so we never went, and my mom loved New York because she was born in Long Island and grew up in Long Island, North Babylon, Long Island. She went to North Babylon High School. So when 9/11 happened, it was insane for her because she hadn't been back. And I grew up in California, but my mom only ever talked about New York. You know how I talk about New York? Not even skimming the surface of how much my mom talked about New York. It was like, New York, New York, New York, and like New York was so much better than California about every single thing. I'm like, why don't you just live in New York then? Like, it's too expensive and it's too cold. Okay, well then stop complaining about California. But so when 9/11 happened, it was insanely traumatic to her. I know this is the longest story to get back to 9/11, but she was devastated, and so I was super patriotic during the time. I think that's why I still really like the American flag stuff. This is not a flag I'm sitting on too. I'm not disgracing a flag. It's a towel. For you guys that don't know. It's getting more not so bright, so people may be able to see it's a towel, but for years they're like, sitting on a flag, that's not very respectful. It's a towel, so I think you're supposed to sit on a towel and you wipe your bum off and wipe my ass with it. Just kidding. So, yeah, I went into the Air Force at 17 because 9/11 happened when I was a junior in high school, and it was really hard to go back to high school when my mom's like devastated. They just destroyed her home state, she felt, and she wasn't there and hasn't been there in 20 years. So that was, she was just a wreck, and and we went to school, and I went to a brand new high school, and they had just brought TVs in high school. Like, that was like, we just had TVs and computers. Woo! We were living it up. It's probably something they have now. But that was like huge. My sister's school didn't have computers or TVs really. Maybe some computers, but so we had TVs, one TV, and we had this thing, it was called DBTV, which is funny because in the Air Force that means dirtbag. But we were the Diamondbacks. It was my high school mascot. So they had it was like a news station for the school, and so people went up there, and that's what we had the TVs for. But after 9/11, they just put it on CNN, and that's what we watched for like 2 weeks in school. We didn't do schoolwork or nothing. We just watched CNN, and they would even put us in the auditoriums, and we'd just sit there and watch the news and stuff. And so it was very traumatic for the kids. And I just really lost interest in school at that point. It just, things didn't seem so, like college didn't seem so important. A lot of things just kind of, so I decided to go in the military, and I didn't want to do a whole nother year of high school. And I only needed 2 more classes to graduate. I needed I don't even remember what they were now. I think it was a math class, maybe a science class or something. I can't even remember. It's just been a long time. I graduated in 2002. So, I was supposed to graduate in 2003. Our thing was, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, we're the class of 2003. And the 2002, which is the year I graduated, was, we're smart, we're strong, we're good looking too, we're the class of 2002. We should use 2 and 2. You rhymed the same word? We didn't like that class, but I ended up graduating with that class. But I didn't actually graduate at my high school because I ended up moving to my dad's in LA. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. Way off topic. Not that it matters, I'm talking. But I was tired with normal life after this huge thing happened. So I don't know how much what's going on now affects the children. Because I don't know how much they show in the schools. I don't know. I hope not, because I felt that was not good. Because it was hard to care about, things that kids should care about when these horrible things are going on in life. So I went in the Air Force at 17, and I was in the Air Force, what would have been my senior year of high school. So they called me junior for a while because I came in basically as a junior in high school. And that was weird because I was just so young, it's weird. But I was so patriotic during that time. We all kind of were after 9/11, but I remember that Toby Keith song. That one, the American Boys, American Girls, that one. They played that at basic training, and I cried. And that song still makes me cry. Now Toby Keith passed now, it was even more emotional to me. But my daddy served in the army. He lost his... Well, because my dad did serve in the army, but he wasn't a gung-ho military person. My parents were both in the army, but they only did their 3 years. They actually said don't join the military. But then when 9/11 happened, they were like, yeah, you can join the military if you want. They had to sign for me, too, because I was only 17. But yeah, I was thinking about the military today, because I don't know why. Oh, the vet ticks. I never signed up for that stuff. Richard literally had to sign up for me. And I don't know. It's weird. I have a lot of things that I could get cheaper being a veteran and stuff. I never do that stuff. And I even have disability that I never signed up for. I still can. They're always like, every time I do go to the doctor, they're like, you can still sign up for that. It never ends. I'm like, oh, I know. Stupid, I don't. I should. Maybe I will. Now that, this thing, I don't like stuff like that. Like, it was money, it's free money. I'm like, I know. It's not weird. I don't like doing the paperwork for free money. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm like, yeah, forget it. It's not that much, but it is something, because I lost half my hearing. So I don't know. It's not like 100% disability. I don't know what percentage you get for that. You probably get like 2%. You get 2% disability. What do I get? Like $5 a month. All right, I wonder what it is. I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is. I'm just joking. It's probably, I would think it's a couple hundred, but I don't know. Who knows? Probably is like $5. But all that work, I'm like, you qualify for $20 a month. Oh, thank you. And I'm worth the gas to deal with this. Because I think I have to, I don't even know if I have to go out there. The VA is in North Las Vegas. It feels like an eternity. It's not that far, but it feels really far. If anyone knows about North Las Vegas is. But let's see. So we went to the show last night. Ladies are going dancing tonight. Casper's doing awesome. He's not a fan of this no pellets thing, but it's just the way it is. And he's adjusting. He's still just, it's so cute when you feel bad. Because I feel like he's trying to communicate that he wants the pellets, and I know that. But I think he thinks I don't know what he wants. And I'm like, I know what you want. I just can't give it to you. But it's frustrating because he gets frustrated thinking I'm not understanding him. Because he goes to his little bowl and he puts his head in there, and then he goes over to where the can used to be and he puts his little head over there, and then he goes back to his bowl and puts his head in there, and then he's trying to pull out his bowl if I'm not getting it. And he puts it, and like, I know what you want, but I can't give it to you. And he's like, and he's really mad, and he runs to the bed where he thumps. Bunnies do thump when they're mad. He thumps. It's the cutest thing. It's so cute. I'm like, yo, you're mad. You're thumping over there. He's the best. I love my buddy so much. There's so much more life to him when he's thinner. I was feeding him so much, but he's a hard one to not feed. My God, the guy. Oh, and don't think I'm not feeding him. Good guy. That sounds terrible. He eats so much, and he acts like he's never eaten ever. Every time you feed him, and he can graze all day hay. So by no means, the guy has fabulous hay all day. Some really expensive hay we get him, and I give him fresh because it's not good enough if it's from yesterday. It has to be freshened every day. He's such a little picky, and you think, oh, you're just spoiling him. I'm like, no, you don't understand. He throws the hay everywhere if I don't do it inside. He's a brat. He's a brat. He's a spoiled little brat. And he knows he's a little king. Because, he has me enriched like brat. Why he got so overweight was because he would get both of us to feed him and act like he hadn't ever eaten ever. And then we're like, did you feed him? Yeah. Oh, gee, we doubled up on it, you know what I mean? And all day long these things would happen where he's like, whatever, didn't get anything. So, he's doing good now. But, what else is going on? We at the lawsuit. We got a court date for the lawsuit with the Porsche, which Richard has worked really hard on that. Amidst his, he's got his job he's doing now too, which, sorry, we can't tell you guys details about the job because then you guys would ruin it. We know your tricks. We literally can't tell you anything about it because we fear you guys will figure out something and somehow ruin it. I mean, I'm scared with even AA. I was like, is there any way they can ruin AA for me? Hope not. I can't really, because the people know the truth about me. They know the bad things about me. It isn't like you guys can't be in there, oh, Joy did this or that, because like, that's AA. You're accepted for the things you've done and who you are. That's the beauty of it. So you can't like go, oh, do you know this about her? And yeah, we know. She tells us that in the meeting. We're very honest about things in the meeting, People are very accepting. So, it's wonderful. And they're supposed to be accepting. That's the whole thing. You're not really supposed to kick people out of AA unless, in some way, they're being very disruptive to the group or they're not getting sober and then that's disrupting the group in the sense where like they're showing up drunk or something, you know what I mean? But as long as, they have the desire to stop drinking is what it says, and it's not even, you don't have to be sober, but a lot of meetings, if you continually were coming in drunk, they might, I don't even know if they would ask you to leave because that still would be, but you would feel very unwelcome, I think is what would happen. You wouldn't feel very welcome there. So today, I was excited. The meeting, it was smaller this morning. The one Richard went to was huge. That's our main one. The other one was a little smaller than normal, but I was happy I was there because one of the guys that I really like, he loves me and Rich. He's a sweetheart. He's a big teddy bear, this guy. He got his 8 months today, and I didn't know he was getting 8 months today, so I was really happy to be there because I, of course, had to say something for him because we love him. He's one of our favorite guys at that meeting, really any of the meetings. But tomorrow we're excited. We're going to an AA event, so all morning we're going to be in AA from 7 till 10. No. Yeah. But the day's going to start for me around 3 or 2 a.m. Like, I've been getting up that early, and I start doing my prayer and meditation and readings, and then all my normal chores in the morning. And then, because I have to do all this stuff, like, for Casper before I leave for the meetings. And so tomorrow, we'll be from meetings, so from 7 to 10. And then after that, no, that's right, I can't go to that one now. So I was thinking my friend invited me to another meeting, but it's during, I was thinking I was going to one right after, but the timing is the same time as that one, so I can't do that. But I'll probably go to another meeting tomorrow too. And then I think there was one that I keep getting invited to all these meetings, and then some of mine, I just can't make it. But I sometimes overcommit myself. But I like all these different people. Like, I have all these different friends. So I was really excited because I'm going to this event tomorrow that you needed tickets. And so me and Richard bought tickets a while back from my sponsor. She was selling the tickets. And she ended up not being able to go because she has another event she has to go to tomorrow. So she gave me 2 tickets. And she said, just give them away. Don't charge people for them. Just give them as a gift. And I said, okay, great. I have some people that would love to go probably at the meeting. So I texted to me. One is from one of my meetings, one's from the other, these 2 ladies, and I said I got free tickets. Well, I said I have a free ticket for you because I didn't know if they were going to say yes. And so the one said yes, and I said, okay, give them the ticket in the morning. And then the other one didn't respond, and then she finally responded, and she's like, I'm not sure. So when I went to the morning meeting, this was yesterday, the one who I gave the ticket to, she said, oh, this other lady wants to go, and she wanted to get tickets. I said, oh, I have 2. She's like, you do? And I was like, yeah. And then so it was really cool. The tickets don't cost much. If anything, it's just like a donation, which, so no one cares about the amount, but it's just like one of those things of just like having the tickets. It's like a convenience, so you don't have to get them, and they cost a little more at the door, like if you buy them in advance, but it's like $10, okay? It's not a big deal. And then like $12 at the door. So it's not like, $10 like nothing to these people, but it's just the thing of like, kind of just like the lady wasn't even going to go, but now she has this free ticket. Like with us last night, we weren't even going to go to Mind Freak, but it's free, sure. And she'll probably give the $10 when she goes anyways as a donation. That's what people do, but it's just the fact of like, oh, here, I have a ticket, I don't have to think about it, it's done, that kind of thing. But what was cool is I'm really excited because I want both these ladies to go, and I was like, this is so cool, and they were not going to go because they didn't even know about it. I thought they knew about it because they mentioned it all the time, but I guess they didn't hear. So I just felt like I kind of got to be part of like orchestrating this a little bit over these silly little like $10 tickets, but then I felt bad because it almost like, oh, what if the other girl wants to go, but she actually can't go, and then she invited me to another meeting, but I'm gonna go at the same time, so that's why she can't go. But it just all worked out, so I was happy about that. But I'm like, I'm just gonna buy someone a ticket if they all want to go. I'm not gonna be like, oh, sorry, I don't have a ticket, because that's just rude. If I had already like volunteered it to you. But it all worked out as it does when you're kind of like just following God's lead, instead of your own, it's like, God's will versus your will, self-will. So I'm just learning a lot in AA of just how to be a better person. And I used to, I was going to get really like, even with this whole ticket thing, is these stupid little $10 tickets. And literally, it doesn't matter. No one cares. Like everyone can afford $10. But I was gonna start this frenzy in my mind of like, oh, what if they all want to go, and now I only have 2, and now 3 people want to go, and then there was another person wanting to go, and I'm like, then Richard said, I'm like, all this frenzy over like everyone can afford $10, you know what I mean? And I'm like, but I didn't let that happen. I just said, you know what, it's all gonna work out, and if anything, I'll spend $10 on another ticket for someone, and give it to him for, just because I said I would give him one, I already said it was free, so I'm not gonna, well, sorry, I gave it away, it's just rude. But it didn't even happen, So I'm realizing I always would just get my wheels turning, and get spun out about stuff that never even happens. Oh, it's the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing. These tickets are, someone printed them out on a printer, and then it's like a church thing. It's at a church. It's like a raffle thing, It's not a big deal. It's not a raffle. I'm just saying, it's like if they would raffle tickets, like if you'd win something with them little silly little things, But I get all worked up, and I'm getting much better now with that. I'm not doing that. So, anyways, I think I'm gonna get off here. I'm sorry if I bored you guys. I know I'm talking a lot about AA, and it's probably boring you guys, and especially if you're not sober, then it's really boring. Because I know those days. I couldn't stand people in AA when I was not sober. Because I was like, would you just shut up about that? Because deep down, we all kind of know we shouldn't be drinking, even if we are. And even if it doesn't affect us that much, it affects us. So deep down, we know, we're drinking a poison. That couldn't be good. And so I think when you hear AA, it's just like, just grind your, it really grinds my gears. Because deep down you're just like, you just know that you should, especially if you've ever been in AA. So that's how it was with me, because I went in at 22. So I went in before I even really started drinking. That's why my sister was like, you're not an alcoholic. So I started drinking a bit, in the Air Force at 18, I think was the first time I drank. But I was in the military then. And but, I was working, so even though I drank heavily when I drank, we only pretty much drank on the weekends, a little bit during the week, but very light, because I was a flyer. And there was crew rest, which is 12 hours before a flight. You definitely can't be drinking. And you're supposed to be pretty much preparing for your flight and resting, because the flights can be up to 20-hour missions. So they want to make sure you're rested before. And most people stick to that pretty good, because otherwise you have a really exhausting flight, and that just really sucks. And I mean, I didn't always stick to it in the sense of like, you're young and dumb, and there were times we went out, but those were less than more, because it was very difficult to kind of manage that level. But on the weekends we drank very heavily, and I say we is like all of my co-workers and, fellow Air Force, paid, like, my, what do they call it? Peers, that's what I'm trying to say, the peers, people right around me. So, like the people that I directly worked with, we would all go out together. It was like we would talk about it and we would wait. So when we were flying, same thing. If we were flying, and we would plan like who's going where after the flight. But when we were not flying, like on a Friday, sometimes they'd let us go early, like get to leave like around like 3:30 instead of 5 p.m. And we would just be like, hey, what bar are we going to? And so Fridays were like hardcore. But, I was very committed to the Air Force, and I was excelling, and I was an instructor and stuff, and so I was pretty focused. So I never missed work. I never, took it that far back then because I was young. So that was kind of like the time I was drinking. And then I got out of the Air Force when I was 21. And then, so my mom died when I was 20, my brother died when I was 22. He died the month before my DUI. So there wasn't like this huge drinking career yet. It was pretty small, but it was pretty obvious I had a problem pretty quick because, the fact I got DUI, that one right there. But I was always the one that would get drunk the quickest and would either pass out or often puke. When I was young, I would puke. I stopped puking due to alcohol as I got older, but when I was young, that was bad. Like I one time vomited all over my friend's boyfriend when he was trying to help me in the car. I didn't know about this. They told me later. Like basically right in his face. I ended up later dating him too. And that's like kind of how we started like getting along. Was he was like, you puked in my face, and I'm like, oh, sorry. Excuse me. But yeah, weird. But they ended up breaking up, and later. But we kind of became friends through that because we didn't even know each other. Like I met him that night. It was a great first impression. I make the best. But yeah, so but at some point that didn't happen. But I used to be like one of those like. I did do that one time at my dad's house because I decided to chug wine. I was like 22 probably, right before my DUI. Right before my DUI actually, right around that time. So I had a problem. But my dad went out of town and I was house sitting. And they were okay with me drinking this, and later, no. This was still when they were okay with me drinking. And so they said there's wine in the house, but I'm like, I don't really like wine. But I was watching actually the Giants play, the New York Giants, the football team. This is when they won the Super Bowl around that time. It was like 2008, I think. And I decided, since I don't like the taste of wine, that I would chug it. Like glass after glass. Not like the bottle, but like I had a glass. And I was sitting there watching the game, and all of a sudden I go, oh, I don't feel well. And that was like the only thought I had, and then it was just like, ugh. But it was red wine, and my dad has white carpets. Yeah. And they were already kind of starting to question how I held my alcohol a little bit, so I really didn't want them to know. And I got it out of the carpet. That took a long, long time. It took the rest of the weekend cleaning the carpet. But yeah, I'm not good with alcohol. So I was telling my sponsor so many stories. Those are like when I was young. Those are nothing compared to the ones I did later. But yeah, I was telling her today about when I jumped out of the hotel window in Panama, and then when I tuck and rolled out of the car last year, which is a year ago exactly, almost to the day exactly a year ago, almost, because it was right after Gloria's birthday. So it was like next week. That's when I did that, and I still have that scar, but it's gotten much better. I was thinking about it. If it doesn't fully go away, which it's getting better and better, like not every day. It's like it takes like after a couple weeks, I'll notice a little change. I don't know, it's a little less, but ultimately, if it doesn't fully go away, I'm gonna get an AA tattoo. Then I'm really stuck because I could take off the bracelets. Although I had to take off this bracelet today. I leave this one on. I had it on this wrist, but then Richard got me another one. I was like, I had two on the same hand as it with that. Just seems weird because they both have the triangle. I was like, okay, so I had to put one because I got one and he got one for me, and I bought one for myself. But I had made this where I cut the thing because it was too long, so I cut it so it's like kind of hard to put it back on, and so I leave it on, and so I'd only put it on the first time, and it took me a second. I got it, but then I just left it. And this morning, I took it off right before the meeting, and I was kind of rushing because I needed to go see my sponsor, and I had to drop Richard off and stuff. So I was trying to have Richard help me put it on, and it's like so funny the things that like set me off. Like we ended up getting like we're almost in this big fight over it, but luckily with AA we calmed down. But it would have turned into this huge fight where I'm like, I can do it myself. Never mind. And so then I go in my closet and I'm there for like 10 minutes and I'm like, damn it. Okay, I can't do it. I need help. And it was just so funny because I was like so adamant, like I'm not gonna ask him for help. I could not get it. And I was just like, all right, normally in the past, I would have probably sat in that closet because I wouldn't have the AA meeting to go to. I would have sat in the closet all day till I got the bracelet and I would not have admitted that I needed help. And admitted I was wrong because I don't need your help. Leave me alone. I got so mad because he wasn't doing it right. I sometimes lose it over the stupidest things. I have this weird thing with jewelry. It's really weird. Let me hold on. Take a sip of water. I don't know. It's kind of psychotic. I'll tell you. When jewelry gets tangled, I get the highest anxiety from that. So this necklace gets tangled often. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's something is wrong with me with that. Like I don't know if anyone else experiences this. And and if it starts where I feel like it's gonna get like stuck. I panic. And Richard's like, calm down, give it to me out, because he's had to untangle like knots in necklaces for me before. Because I panic. It's the weirdest thing. I panic if jewelry is in like a knot. I don't. It's only jewelry. Does anyone else have that weird thing that I have? Like, and he'll be like, just give it to me. You just have to calm down. You're like shaking. You can't do it when you're shaky. And like I start shaking. I'm like, oh, it's gonna get stuck. It's gonna be all knotted and not be able to get out. And he's like, we can get it out if you calm down. And I'm like, nobody got it all knotted. It's just so stuck and it's so twisted. And he's like, just calm down. That's really weird. I don't know. I have weird things that set me off. So I'm working on those things. Those are the things that usually just send me to like a tizzy where I like want to drink over like something where I'm getting my necklace in a knot. It's ridiculous. But today, I almost went into a tizzy over this bracelet. And then he finally got on my wrist and it's staying on now. Learned my lesson. Alright, I'm gonna head inside. Tongue twisted. I'm going to head inside. Did you guys ever hear me do my, I gotta do my, no, I just did that. So when I was a little kid, I had one tape that I loved. It was nursery rhymes, but it had all these other things, but most of it was like in a British accent, which I just thought was so cool. I always thought when people talked in a British accent that they were much smarter than Americans, which, sorry Americans, I don't mean to say, but I always thought, they must be so smart. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're smarter, but there is a level of sophistication, and I would say, in Britain, England versus a lot of us redneck Americans, but, not necessarily smarter. But, so this nursery rhyme was, this guy in this British accent would do these things, and there was this little like tongue twister that I learned as a child, and I loved it. I listened to sing over and over and over, and then one day, whenever something that drove my parents nuts, in my house they would just miraculously disappear, and I didn't lose things. I was like this really OCD, like worse than I am now. As a kid, I was like, I'd be like, Mom, I put it right here, and she'd be like, I don't think you did, Joy. I was like, yes, I did. And things would go away, like my dog, and she did. She took the dog to the pound, and she said it ran away. But anyways, my mom had her things. She gave my bunny away. She said I wanted to get rid of it and give it away. I didn't. Do you think I'd want to give my bunny anyways? No, she didn't want it because she didn't want to clean the cage. But anyways, so things would disappear if it annoyed my parents. And so, where'd that thing go? But I would listen to this thing over and on repeat, and we only had one little stereo, so I'm sure everyone else. But it was this little thing, and so I thought I always impressed little kids when I did it as a kid. But it's so funny because I still know it as an adult, but it's way less impressive as an adult. But I'm gonna do it anyways for you guys. So here we go. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter, and she put it in her batter, and her batter was not bitter. So it was better that Betty bought a bit of better butter. And I used to do it really, really fast. So I'd do it like really fast. Go. Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter, she put it in her batter, and batter wasn't bitter. So better that Betty bought a bit better. And I would do it over and over and over and over, and I would try to emulate the guy, but he would go, Betty bought some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter, and she put it in her batter, and the batter was not bitter. So it was better than Betty bought a bit of better butter. And my parents just, had enough of that. Done. But when I was a kid, I just thought that was the cat's meow. And then I had a couple of other little things. So we only had like 5 VHS tapes when I was a kid. So we got to know those VHS tapes. And if you guys don't know what a VHS tape, ask your Rig Rock or whatever, your youngins. Just kidding. It's getting to be that way. My grandparents, not immediate. My immediate grandparents never had money. My step grandparents, they had money. They own a Chevron. They still do. But they had the dual VHS, so you could record. And you could record, from another one. Oh, high tech. And then they had the rewinders. Oh, the worst thing. Please be kind. Please be kind. Please rewind. That's a funny movie. You guys don't know about getting the movie home and starting it right in the middle of the movie or something, and then seeing a part you didn't want to see yet. Oh, I forgot to rewind it, and I saw the end of the movie, and I thought I was watching the beginning of the movie, and I was watching the end of the movie, and I ruined the whole movie. That's why it's annoying. It's not like just that you have to rewind it. It's like you wouldn't realize you were at the end. So, okay, last story, and then I gotta go inside. I had a writing assignment right before I went in the Air Force. This was when I was finishing the last. So I ended up finishing through this charter program because I only needed 2 classes. But then through this charter program, they required you do X amount of classes through their thing. So I ended up having to do all these classes, but it could be done in a short time because I'd already signed up for the Air Force. So that's how I finished. I finished the last of the classes, but then I ended up having to tack on some more. So I had me do like some writing classes and some English classes or things and different things. I don't remember all the classes. And there was one of them was even a fitness where you had to exercise and track what you're exercising, whatever. But anyways, so I bought myself a treadmill. I was only 17. I bought myself like a $700 treadmill because I was working at a coffee shop, and I left it with my dad when I went there first. But anyways, what was I saying? Where was I? I totally lost my train of thought. That was going to be a funny story. Wow. My brain is just in a lot of places right now because thinking a lot of AA these days. Start quoting AA things in my head. I don't remember. I'll think of it in a second, probably. Or not. It's going to be my last story of the day, and I forgot it. The grand finale. Was that dud? I think those dud fireworks. So last night, someone's like, did we miss the finale? I didn't hear them say it when we were walking out. Richard was recording. Not during the show. That show you can't record. They kicked a guy out for recording. It wasn't Richard. We said, Richard, don't record. He always records. But this show, they didn't play around. So, you get kicked out of the show. So he didn't record. But as we were leaving, he was recording. And this guy said, did we miss the finale? Is what I heard because I was watching the video later. And I was like, yeah, it was a dud of a finale. The way his last act is pretty boring to do for the last act. But I guess it makes sense. But I really forgot my train of thought. My 41 years are creeping up on me here. My mom used to say, because I would get mad at her or get irritated with her when she would forget things. And she would say, your day will come. Not like die, like that you're going to forget everything. Sorry, I should say the rest of it. Your day will come when you're going to forget everything. That's not bad. Your day will come. But I really don't remember. How did it... I was talking about the charter program. Writing assignment. Oh! It's not that great of a story now. Gee Louise, with this kind of lead up. I hate when that happens. Because then you're like, it wasn't even that important. No, I thought about it for 10 minutes, it wasn't even that important. One of the assignments I had to do was watch a movie and write about it, for school. And this was VHS tapes. And so they gave you this paper that had all these questions. I wasn't paying attention to the movie, I was just trying to answer the questions, but not really following the storyline. It was like, I was watching it I remember it was like Thanksgiving too, something like that. Some holiday, it wasn't Thanksgiving, but there's like family members. I'm trying to watch this movie and do this writing assignment. And that movie doesn't really make that much sense. It should be a pretty simple movie. I mean, it's Fiddler on the Roof. Right. I was watching Fiddler on the Roof. This movie makes no sense. And this does not learn... Sorry, I had the chapped lips going on here. Excuse me, I'm like grabbing my lips. What's she doing? Like, how is Fiddler on the Roof confusing? Oh, joy can make it confusing. I mean, this matches nothing that they're asking me. I don't...
Yeah, here all day.
I know. This matches nothing that they're asking me. And I'm like, how can Fiddler on the Roof... I'm like, I don't get this storyline. I don't understand this movie. It's very weird. I mean, it's a musical, but other than that, I don't understand it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. All right. Okay, that tape ended. Let me put in tape number 2. Does anyone know the punchline here? I watched the movie backwards. So only old farts know that. You could do that. If you had VHS tapes or DVDs, watch the movie the wrong way. The second tape first. The first two. All this makes so much more sense. Now I get the characters. Now I understand what's going on. Because you can't start the movie from part 2. But anyways, all right. That's all I got. I'm going inside.
Over an hour now.
All right. I know. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Bonus. Are you doing nunchucks?
Yeah, give me the nunchucks. I gotta do my nunchucks.
Oh, I almost hit you. Okay. Oh, wait. You need the microphone.
Yep, you need a microphone. Let me just stop in and say hi, everybody, real quick.
I'll catch you all later.
And then we're getting ready. I gotta take Mom and Net dancing today.
Yeah, I gotta make my dinner.
I was just on Dead Man's stream, actually. He invited me on while you were doing your stream. Yeah. Well, actually, I think he just wanted he gave me a chance to talk because he felt a little bad about what happened the other day. And then he was drilling on stuff. It's like, if you get caught up talking about, like, I get it, we have a past, but if you focus on the past, and that's all you want to talk about, like, you're missing out what we're doing today. And what we're doing today is very different than what we were doing 6 months ago. Can we all agree on that? Cool. Awesome. Yes, nunchucks. Well, actually, I just got back from a mixer. I had to do a mixer, and I make sure I don't have my anything representing where I was. But got my own knee. All right. Hey man, dollar store? Come on, bro. At least Walmart, man. Seriously, dollar store? Walmart. Target? At least a Target. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you have your... wait, are we talking about, like, Welcome Back Kotter? I don't know who you're talking about. Are you talking about Welcome Back Kotter, like Horseshack? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I want to go play some pickleball. All right. Hi, I love life. How are you? Isn't this gorgeous out tonight? Sorry, I got caught up with the sunset. Look at these clouds. It's like a photo. Arnold. Okay. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. The ladies in here in this room, including myself and the older people, when you focus that much on what you're focusing on, they're not thinking it is about me. They're thinking about you now. They're thinking about, because you're so focused on it. Like it's women have a way to detect who's safe. And if a guy keeps talking like the way you're talking, Arnold, that's not safe. It doesn't matter whether you're pointing it out and you're trying to deflect and say, oh, look at that weirdo, da, 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 da. Like, you're the one who seems to be obsessed with it because nobody else is talking about it but you. And we're all kind of like silently judging you. And anybody who says, oh, no, I support you, it really means probably the opposite because they're kind of embarrassed for you. Yeah, Arnold, you're kind of gross. I mean, you're grossing out the other people in the chat, you know? I mean, you gotta... I'm just trying to help you out, man. Just letting you know. Okay. Check out this sunset. Look at that beautifulness. Look at that. You know why I love it? Because this is about the time. It's like, what day is today, guys? What day is today? Right, it's Friday night. So what does that mean? That means a lot of people will be heading down, right down to that little, isn't that weird how like just desert, 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 and then out of the blue, it's just like valley, 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 and then boom, just these high rises pop out of nowhere. Hey, gobbledygoose. Good to see you. I'm glad that you had time to stop in between all your other streams that you've been going to. Nice that they blessed us with your presence. Do I owe you money or something? Why are you here? Just kidding. Good to see you. Yeah, look at that. You guys know what that is? That's called the stratosphere. Gobble sent a suit. Oh, I missed it. Oh, thanks, Gobble. No way. Okay. Damn it. These delays can really mess you up because I can't go back and unsay all that stuff I just said. So how do I fix it? Shit. Shit, I don't know. Thank you, Gobble. Isn't that cool though? Bob Stupak designed that. He had a bigger vision. He wanted to go all the way. It was like the city of the future. That's where you're gonna stay when you're following me. Are you following me on Twitter, on TikTok yet? There's no going back. Oh, geez, I know. Thank you, Gobbly. Hope you're having a great Friday. Blesses to you. See, your investment's gonna pay off because see, I'm sending you good blessings every day. Oh, I know, it's so cool as it starts to set because it's like right now everybody is like starting to, everyone's like, it's what time? It's about 6 o'clock, 6:30 here, 7. Like mom, like she's not eating dinner. She's already eaten dinner, so now she's just getting ready, And there's like this. Everybody's just getting ready right now. So everybody's trying on their new outfits that they got. Everybody's like in their room and just there's all this anticipation for what's going to happen tonight. We don't know what's going to happen, but and then of course at the clubs, they're all starting to flow in. It's like your shift starts around like 6 p.m. or 5. I don't know what they start here, but I know mine started around 4 p.m. And so you start to kind of like, so by now you kind of like, you get a few stragglers coming in, but really you're just setting up, just like wondering like, is tonight going to be a good night or not? But it's just such a freaking great vibe. I just love this time of night. Thanks. He said, hey, thank you, Godly, man. You'd be surprised. I can't promise you a lot of money, but I can definitely promise you a good time. I mean, I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to be my mantra for whatever business I start. I can't promise that your investment will make you any money, but I can promise it's going to be a lot of fun. I made money being a creep. You did? Well, what kind of creep? Were you like in a band or were you a clown? But either way, I mean, the thing is that even a creep has fans. So don't beat yourself up, bro. I mean, it's like, listen, when I first started this channel, people hated me, but you make changes and you get better and things get better, but it doesn't have to end with just you, just like, don't just get stuck on how people judge you. Okay. What I'm saying, I mean, I know that feeling, bro. It sucks, but I don't know. I know you're a little bit misogynistic. I know you're a little obsessed with sex. I get it. But the thing is that doesn't define you as a person. And just because women are shun away from you and try to avoid you doesn't mean that you're not worthy. I'm just trying to let you know that you're a good guy. Look at that valley out there. Isn't that crazy? Wow, that is wonderful. It's so hazy though. Okay, it's because I was on the other, like I think this lens is a little better for dealing with the haze. Okay, God. Okay, God. It's called smog. I don't know if this is smog. We are in a high desert, so geographically speaking, if you think about the weather at a high desert, like look up here, look at these clouds. See, like everything just kind of dissipates. See how those clouds look like that? It's like clouds are very rare. So when you see like that haze like that, most likely it's some sort of humidity because we usually have a very high pressure here. What that means is that we don't get smog because it just goes up into the sky. It's not like LA where you can get an inversion or Salt Lake City where you get serious inversions. Out here, there's just nothing out there but just the sky. Look how those clouds are just like basically like dissolving. And there's like poof, cloud bursting. Did you guys ever try doing that? Have you ever tried cloud bursting? It's one of these things you do when you're a yogi. It's early Jedi training stuff. It's like, or yogis do it. It's like you find a cloud. Let's see if we can find one. You've seen a cloud when they just like burst, like it's going, and all of a sudden like it just disappears. Like it's like, whoa, how'd that happen? Okay, well, like if you can use your mental, you know, I don't know, acumen, if you will, to, I don't know, it's hard to describe. Basically, you just use your Jedi tricks to make the cloud blow up and disappear. So, have you ever tried that? It's pretty fun. Just something you like to do. Ah! Storm, you smoke pot all day? We used to do that. I get that. Storm, you know, I wouldn't judge. Honestly, though, I think it would have a problem with, I don't know, it just depends where you're on. Like, do you drink or anything like that? Are you trying to be in recovery? If you're not in recovery, I guess it's okay. But if you're trying to work a spiritual path, trying to do something, I think complete abstinence is probably the best way to go. And I mean abstinence from everything, including caffeine. I think that caffeine is a drug that, I was just arguing with Deadman about it. He doesn't think it's a drug. I mean, he's like, it's a drug, but who cares? Well, it's very addictive. Try not drinking it for a couple days, you know? See how you feel. Yeah, you start to realize what a withdrawal is. So, but yeah, so I think that, you know, but if that's what you want to do, if you want to drink coffee, I'm not going to judge you. If you want to smoke cigarettes, if you want to do whatever, I mean, don't, just like what I was telling Arnold, you know, don't beat yourself up over that, you know, just be cool. I haven't done nunchucks in ever. Look, I'm starting to look like a normal. I'm literally getting a dad bod. You guys just watch the videos from 2024 to now. It's like I'm just like doing like old guy stuff now, and so it's like I'm starting to look like that. Oh well, I guess there's a time and a place. There's a time when you have to grow up. I like these because it works out my arms a little bit right here. Oh, no way, Ole Miss won. I had money on Ole Miss. Look at that. Look at that. Hey. Turkey wings. Nah, I don't know. I mean, they're not like the guns I used to have, but I don't know if it's like, you know, do I got Hello Betty's going? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm okay. Napoleon Dynamite, crazy. Pedro? Can I be Pedro? I want to be Pedro. No. Oh, I know who you're thinking. You're thinking uncle. You're thinking his uncle. Come on, man. Listen, Napoleon, go long. Come on. I'm going to drill you with this. That guy, what's his name? Well, you agree? Okay, good. I agree too. You know, we've never really been, that's not really been our thing. Uncle Rico. Yeah, Uncle Rico. Right. And what does Rico mean in Spanish? Rich. Uncle Rich. That's awesome. The internet can be so mean. Can it? Well, the last 2 years have taught me quite a bit. As I got to know the meanest people, what it is that the meanest people are the people that are hurting the most. I mean, the ones who come on here and like they're just mean and keep throwing stuff, you know, throwing shade and trying to smear and just say nasty stuff all day, they're actually suffering a lot more than I am. And I didn't realize that. I was like, what? You know, 2 years ago, I was like, my reaction to it was so like selfish. You know, I was only looking at it from my perspective. I didn't realize, like, you know, I mean, there are people out there that are really hurting. They have some serious problems. You know, they're seriously lonely. And, you know, the last thing they need me to do is be yelling at them or you know, confronting them. So it's like, yeah, so I get it. You know, some people, like, you think, you know, I mean, right, Petru? I mean, let me ask you a question. You're here, right? Because we like each other. We talk on the phone, and you give me great ideas for the channel. We connect, we vibe, right? We like each other. So you are here watching it because we vibe, right? Now, it's Friday night. Texas, it's probably about, what, 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you know, pretty, it's like, okay, would you like to spend your Friday night like just like hanging out with somebody you can't stand? Would it make any sense to you to do that? Not really, right? It would be kind of a waste of your time. I mean, there's plenty of people out there, and there's plenty of people to vibe with. So why would you hang out and just throw nasty comments at somebody you didn't like? Exactly, because it's not that they don't like me. It's that they're sad and lonely, and they're asking me to help them. And so, the last thing I want to do is, you know, look, around in the Healthy Family Force, we don't shoot our wounded. If someone comes here and they're hurting, you know, I'm not going to jump in there. I'm not going to make fun of them. I mean, I'm not going to jump on them. And maybe that's in my reaction in the past, I agree, was incorrect. So apologies to the channel there. But moving forward, it's like that's not really the direction I want to take it. If that's okay with you guys. We got 2 hummingbird feeders. Oh, did you get a job? What's your job? What are you doing? Congratulations. How long were you looking for a job? What industry are you in? Man, that sunset is starting to come down. All right, guys. I'm gonna come on a little later, and maybe because I want to do a little dinner. I gotta take the ladies dancing. Unless you guys want, we won't have enough battery to do. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. All right. You do all phases of construction? What do you mean? Email me. Tell me what you're doing. I'm very, very curious. All right, guys. Oh yeah, I can't talk about what we do here because, well, watch what happened. Look what happened to Ruby, for example, and look what happened to Joy, for that matter. So yeah, we can't go into too many details about that. Okay, guys, we're gonna go take them off. We're gonna take Gloria and Annette dancing. So maybe we'll be back a little later. Okay, guys, have a good night. Bye.